Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe below. Hi, I'm Marie. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit deeper about the mind-made emotions, the heart chakra, empathy, and other people's emotions, and the authentic emotional body. All three of these aspects of our energy system need to be working in harmony so that we can better sense and feel the inspiration from the divine, which means take action versus feeling pressured, fear, anger, desperation, which would not be a clear message from the multisensory world where your higher self lives. You always want to take action from your higher self's perception. Instead, that would be taking action from the ego. The ego resides in the brain and it is drenched in fear. Collectively, the human race is learning to quiet their mind, relax the ego, basically ignore it, and learn how to feel yourself, become neutral when it comes to others, quiet the mind, and be inspired by the multisensory world. All the information that comes from the multisensory world, your higher self, your guides, creation, God, the universe, all of that vibrates at a very, very, very high level. Fear, which is an illusion, there's even an acronym in the spiritual world, false evidence appearing real. This has been around for a while. This is not new information, this part about the ego at all. Fear is mind-made. The universe doesn't think that anything's wrong. Your higher self doesn't think that anything's wrong. Your soul has already died hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of times. So the things that your earthly mind tells you that are fear-orientated are actually a lie. The ego only knows how to do one thing: lie, lie, lie. So your beautiful mind, because you have a beautiful brain, there's nothing wrong with it. And there's really nothing wrong with the ego. We're just learning not to let it run the show. We're learning that the ego doesn't really provide healthy, positive evidence to help us move forward. The ego is terrified of extinction and it's going to do everything it can to help you to stay paralyzed in its grips so that you don't become and live and aspire towards your magnificence. That's the truth. That's what's happening. That's the human condition. Your mind was created to help you do things perfectly in the present moment. So whenever you're using your brain in the present moment, you are in alignment. That means not analyzing or processing historical or future information, stuff that hasn't even happened yet, stuff that already happened. There's nothing you can do about it. Although you could be freed from the false illusion your brain is telling you about a historical event by getting out of your head, resting away from your heart chakra, particularly if you're empathetic and you haven't learned to be neutral here. And you rest in the second layer of your auric field where your authentic emotions lie and your intuition. Intuition can give you peace about historical events, can remind you of the truth, not the fear that is dominating the space in between your ears. So the brain was created only to help beings when they reincarnate into physical realities, because there are hundreds of tasks we have to take every single day to keep these bodies alive and functioning. We have to eat, go to the bathroom, drive to careers, or at least walk into another room in your house and log onto your computer, transfer funds, put gas in cars, take care of other family members, children and pets, grocery shop. It's endless, the things you have to do, endless. And the brain is there to help you navigate through all of these practical tasks so that you will have a full tummy, warm clothes, and a happy life. That's what it's there to help you, because human beings need water and food and clothing most of the time to live. The brain cannot tell you to do anything else. It cannot help you manifest the future unless you ignore the negative thoughts that are coming from the ego. Negative thoughts are low vibrational causing, and they're all fear dominated. And remember what I said about fear? It's an illusion, false evidence appearing real. That's the acronym that has existed for a long time in the spiritual world. So this information about the ego is not new, but for a long time, I think humanity, even spiritualists, have been ignoring the truth about the mind. Please don't listen to it. It only does one thing: lie. So that's one aspect of this kind of triple important connection that we all need to activate and utilize every single day so that we can live a very fulfilled, happy, exciting, magnificent life. The second part would be the heart chakra. When someone is empathetic, their heart chakra is huge. It fills their entire chest cavity. That means you've lived a long time. You've had multiple lifetimes in multiple realities, not just Earth, but non-physical, other non-physical realities and physical realities. The heart chakra was created so that you would gain compassion and feel other people. The majority of empathic people that I know and work with, whether it's a client or a student, have not mastered, but are beginning to, perhaps some of them have actually mastered the fact that feeling other people is not how you make your life happy. Empathic people do not need to work on compassion for others. You already have a huge heart chakra. You've already lived multiple lifetimes where you've learned how to care for others with grace and joy and happiness. But if you haven't learned to care for yourself in that way, then your heart chakra is out of balance. The emotion for the heart chakra is universal love. Universal love is only one thing, neutral. The universe thinks that everything is gorgeous and beautiful exactly the way it is. That would include war, famine, and crime. Until your heart chakra can respond pretty quickly in that arena, and you can see the beauty in all things, which would mean that you are in alignment, you are connected to your higher self, your divine consciousness, and you can see the beauty of all things. I would prefer that you step away from this vortex for a period of time and allow it to rest, because it's exhausted from feeling the suffering of the planet. It doesn't really exist, only in the mind, and allow yourself to rest in the second layer of your auric field. The entry point to the second layer of your auric field, the authentic emotional body, is the lower half of your body. You can hang out in your feet, your legs, your glutes, your tummy, anywhere that you want. Wiggle your toes. Feel your body, feel your clothing on your body. Get out of your gorgeous brain, leave it alone, because the ego does only one thing, right? It's just lying to you all day long. So you want to ignore it. You want to be in the present moment with your mind. You want to escape the heart chakra unless you know how to be here and be neutral. That means you're in alignment with the fourth vortex, which is amazing. You cannot feel other people and do what's in their best interest and do what's in your best interest too. It works the opposite, especially for empaths. If you do what's in your best interest, it will be in the best interest of others. When you rest in the lower half of your body, you gain entry into the second layer of the auric field, the emotional response system. This is where your real emotions lie. Until you do that, you do not know what you're feeling. No matter how many times your brain has screamed at you what you're feeling, you don't know. And you don't know what your intuitive impressions are as well, until you have learned to step out of the mind, away from the heart chakra, and into the lower half of your body. We heard that extra noise because we really, really, really need to pay attention to what I'm talking about. That's what happens when we hear extra noises. Although I'm going to definitely turn on this device that I didn't realize was on. When you get out of your head, leave your heart chakra alone and rest into the emotional response system, the second layer of the auric field, you will hear your higher self. You will hear the divine, see, feel. You will have knowingness. And real knowingness feels calm, it feels kind, and it's surprising. It's never what you would think. And if you haven't lived your life away from your brain and your heart chakra, of course you're going to be surprised, because your brain's been telling you something different, something inaccurate. And it's time for you to follow your authentic self, the divine, and discover your magnificence. Right now on Earth, this is probably one of the most important things that you could be doing, because we're having an eclipse right about now. I mean, I think it's later on tonight, but it's right about now. It's the longest eclipse that has occurred in this century, actually in the last almost 600 years. It's a powerful eclipse. Eclipses are doorways that allow us, when we walk through them, to transform. And when you walk through the doorway, the door closes permanently behind you. This is the time for you to ditch the ego, Leave the heart chakra alone. Stop feeling guilty and resentful, which are mind-made emotions, not real emotions. Step into the lower half of your body, embrace your emotional response system, and learn how to be happy authentically. I hope this video is helpful. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.